What's up, everyone? Jim, Terry, Eric here to talk about the new Star Wars Episode 8 title, Star Wars The Last Jedi. What does it all mean? We're going to break it down for you. We have some theories. Let's start with the first one. Let's just say, do we like the title? I like it. Terry?
I like it a lot. I think it is bad bleep.
Eric, what do you?
I think it's a great title. I think that it just sounds cool, and now we have so many months to speculate about the Last Jedi.
It's funny how 3 words and a color scheme. I wrote
800
words about it. This is our second think piece of the day about it.
Right. Well, Mark Hamill also said that he liked the title, that he's known about it for about a year since he was making the movie. Ryan Johnson told him. And he likes that it gives off this kind of samurai vibe and that it's minimalist. So I agree with that. I think it's a really cool title. But let's talk about
what does it mean?
What does it mean? Who is the Last Jedi?
Or multiple who's.
Multiple, because Jedi, plural, singular, same thing, Jedi. So, first candidate, obviously, Luke Skywalker. And why is that? Well, Force Awakens opening crawl said Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi.
Yeah, it said it right there.
Right
Yoda
there.
has said it before.
Yoda said, when dead I am, last of the Jedi.
And because we're going off a very simple poster here, but need to have a lot of things to speculate based on.
Star Wars.
Because Star Wars, we have so many thoughts. We'll be complaining about how we spoiled everything by the time this movie comes out. But there was a tweet from the Brazilian Star Wars account that the translation had this is really funny. There's a singular male version of Jedi used there, which could mean nothing, and probably does. But that seems to support the Luke Skywalker theory.
Now, okay, let's say it is Luke. The fact that he's the Last Jedi, obviously the phrase Last Jedi can be a play on multiple things, right? Do we think he dies in this? It doesn't mean Mark Hamill won't come back for Episode 9. He could just come back Force Ghost style, like Obi-Wan. What do you think? Is this basically telling us expect?
I think the first thing it's telling us is that expect Luke to have a big role in this movie, after he had as small role as possible in the last one. Because while, yes, The Last Jedi could have multiple meanings, and in a way I think it probably does, kind of like how The Phantom Menace referred to Palpatine, but it could also refer to sort of other things going on.
The internet, even.
The internet. I do think, the title, first and foremost, I think says Luke's going to have a large role in this movie. And yes, there'll be a passing of the torch because we assume he's going to be training Rey and, honing her skills. I don't know if it necessarily means he's going to die in this movie. It certainly could. No matter what, I think he's back in 9 because, yes, there's the whole Force Ghost thing. But I just think it really means that we're going to get a big look at who Luke is now, what's going on, because we have a lot of questions about the fact that he kind of bailed, on everything.
And about the Jedi in general, all his plans, the fact he's at the first Jedi temple.
Yeah, so I think that's what the title tells us really is that we are going to get a lot of answers to those questions about what's going on with Luke.
It's the Last Jedi at the first Jedi temple.
Right.
Yes,
So
and I also think building off of Eric's idea, whether or not Luke dies in this movie, I think he starts off being the Last Jedi. I don't think he ends this movie being the Last Jedi. I think whether it's Rey, which is the second
you
most
and I
obvious.
The Last Jedi.
Right. Or Luke says something like that.
Yeah, but it could be that he just trains her and she becomes an official Jedi, which she's not yet. She's just Force sensitive. We know that
she was the second on my list.
She was exactly. I'm transitioning for you, segueing for you. But then obviously, Luke was training a bunch of Jedi to be that Kylo Ren, formerly known as Ben Solo, came in and supposedly killed them all and left Luke alive. So whether it's just Rey, whether he has a new squad of Jedi to be, I think that it's definitely the legacy of the Jedi will continue more.
And then we have another candidate.
My
you just
favorite.
mentioned Kylo Ren.
Yes.
Now, why do we think that he might be the Last Jedi of the title?
Well, I wrote too many words speculating on, if you notice, this is a red title treatment, which there are only 2 other Star Wars movies that have had that over the years, Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi, both of which involved a Jedi or Sith switching allegiances to the other side. Both times it was Darth Vader, because there aren't that many Jedi that we focused on here. But obviously,
so why not his grandson then?
Exactly, and Kylo Ren is obsessed with Darth Vader. I think we definitely could see Kylo Ren switch back to the good side for all that he tried to cement himself on the path of the Sith and the dark side last movie. obviously that meant he was sort of failing at it.
Well, yeah, because there was so much about how he's trying to be kind of worse than he is.
Struggling,
So yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility. And could they pull a big switcheroo and have Rey fall to the dark side and Kylo Ren return to the light? Perhaps.
That would be heartbreaking.
But that would be heartbreaking because everyone loves Rey. I think that there are many ways, permutations that this title can work.
Well, another thing about the title, the fact that it is a repeat of a word, which in the movies, we've had Return of the Jedi, now The Last Jedi. All the other titles have been sort of, they haven't repeated words, so that's interesting. And also, and we were talking about this before we started rolling, the titles of the prequels and of the original trilogy were all about sort of war and rebellion. They're really leaning into the mysticism of Star Wars in this one with Force
How
Awakens.
does it end?
Yeah.
Will saber or lightsaber get into the Episode 9 title?
Or a temple.
Well, it's also really interesting, like, Return of the Jedi, they haven't made that much progress with how many Jedi they have all the way to The Last Jedi. Like, still just Luke.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi, but it's just this one dude.
That's all we needed back then. He did the job.
Maybe General Organa, General Leia, will get her chance to be a Jedi this time around.
Yeah.
Let's not rule her out yet.
No.
Well, we also, there's also the idea, too, that in this one, if they are, bringing in all these other characters now, like Poe Dameron and Finn and,
Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma. Do we see Finn and Poe, maybe do they start becoming Jedi? I don't think that they're
I don't think they'll do that.
sensitive,
I don't think they're going to be
enough.
like, I don't think they're going to say that someone else we met in Force Awakens has the Force to that ability. Doesn't mean we can't meet other people, because going into stuff like Star Wars Rebels, it's like they do bring up the fact that even when the Jedi Purge happened, you couldn't stop kids from being born that could be potential Jedi. They just weren't being trained.
Right.
And now Rey is obviously an example of that, but there's still room to have other characters of that sort pop up.
And there are notable new actors joining the franchise here, all of whose names escape me.
Laura Dern.
There we go. Maybe
Benicio
Laura
del Toro.
Yeah, I mean, could Benicio del Toro's character really be? We don't know. I mean, the fact that it's going with the bad guy Red, we know that from past Star Wars. I mean, maybe it's really more about maybe the Jedi aren't the good guys anymore. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
And I'm going to get ahead of some comments and say, bad guy Red, Return of the Jedi, that's not bad guy, but it was called Revenge of the Jedi, and they'd already chosen the red, so I'm just saying.
There we go. Awesome. Well, we want to hear, what do you guys think of this title, Star Wars The Last Jedi? Do you like it? What do you think it means? Who is The Last Jedi? Let us know in the comments, and for all things Star Wars and movies, keep it here on IGN.